Garrick, you've done this for a while now. How much different is it in a bye week when you lose and when you win? And what did you feel like you guys got out of last week?
Well, we got to go back and study a lot of fundamental things. Um, and each coach would go on the field for those workouts, and we had some technique things to really concentrate and focus on. And we spent both days working on certain things that we think, that we need to be able to execute to move forward. So I think it was really good for us in regards to our fundamentals and techniques. This thing's close, man.
Eric, obviously start off, as strong as you guys did. The loss is obviously unfortunate, not what you wanted. But I guess how have you seen a difference, or have you seen just a different level of motivation in the guys, and taking that whole one game season seriously and just kind of focusing on what's ahead right now?
Well, I think so. You could feel it, last week that I don't think that they lost any confidence because we got beat, because we know why we lost. We turned the ball over 3 times in the red zone, so we're not going to win. So I don't think it was anything they had to come back from or regroup or any of that. You don't get to win if you turn the ball over like that in the scoring zone, and our guys understand that. So we just got back to work and started trying to clean up some technique things, and really, as a coaching staff, study some of our concepts and see what's best for us. Get a lot of our guys back healthy so that we come into this week ready to go grind and prepare for the game. But I don't think they lost any confidence because we got beat at all.
Garrick, how would you assess your group in the first half of the season and what they've done out there on the field as a whole?
Yeah, well, the commitment, receivers, and I talk to them about it all the time. Um, they're always open. They want the ball. It's not just our group; it's every group. But their unselfishness and their, willingness to go block in the run game consistently has really been impressive to me. That they all are into it. They all want to go compete. They want to dominate the perimeter of the field. Um, Give our guys an opportunity to run the ball and get out in open space and do it, and they're committed to it. And that's been the most, impressive part to me is the unselfishness. And then in regards to the passing game, I think that obviously Jamari is, he's leading right now. I think he's mature. Exactly what we thought. And he's been able to come through for us in clutch moments. But we have a lot more guys in there that are playing for us that have the ability, to go impact the game. I think we got 6 guys that we're playing with consistently, and I think all 6 at some point during the season are going to have to impact and help win us a game. So I like all of them.
Coach, how frustrating was it when you went back and watched that Pittsburgh tape, and how do you coach your guys through to play through maybe things that don't go their way, calls they don't get during the course of a game?
And when you say calls that they don't get, what do you mean? Yeah. Well, you really can't. You can't complain about that. You just got to keep playing. There's times probably when we're blocking on the perimeter and we got a hold of someone a little longer than we should. You just got to keep playing. And um, they wasn't frustrated. We got some calls. We didn't get some calls, but it's a hard job to be out there as a referee and make that call on the spot. We understand that. We're not using any excuses about that. We just need to play stronger, which is what we worked on. Play with more force and more power. We need to go attack the ball in the air and not wait for the ball to get down. So that's really was our concentration and focus all week.
Before the pick game, there was some speculation that Jamari wouldn't play. He did play with the pad on his hand. How much did that limit him, and how healthy will he be for this Saturday?
He'll be fine. He just wanted some attention, but he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's okay. Well, we really It didn't. I mean, he played a really good game. He wasn't able to block with both hands. He was able to put one of his hands, on a guy, but we didn't really want him to overextend himself and risk, getting injured. But he's tough. He played and caught the ball well. There's a couple of plays I would bet he wishes that he had back, but it didn't limit him much, and he got a week off last week, and he's ready to go. He had a good practice yesterday. He's ready to go.
When you look at Duke's defense, obviously you guys have some common opponents, but what do you feel like they just do that's so difficult? Or, they're only giving up, I think now it's 13 points again. Before Florida State, it was only 9.
Well, they're a veteran crew. They're well coached. They don't make mistakes, so they're not going to give you anything. You're going to have to work for everything you get. They're physical on all three levels, the defensive front. They're aggressive. They're quick. They tend to understand the snap count and when to come off the ball. They play different packages. They have a 3-down package and a 4-down package, and there's different linebackers on the field, but those linebackers are communicating with everyone. And then their secondary, they're playing with 3 corners and 2 safeties, and one of them is a sophomore, I believe, but the rest of them are grad students or seniors. So they've played a lot of football, and they don't make mistakes. They communicate and they play hard, and so we got our hands full. We got to prepare, during the week and get ourselves ready to go compete like crazy for 60 minutes because this is a veteran defense. They're well coached, and they don't make many mistakes out there.
Garrick, Chris has got 7 of his 11 catches in the last 3 games, I think is what it is. How much have you seen him improve? And is he now doing the stuff you thought? You talked highly of him in preseason. Is it that kind of what the stuff you've seen from him?
Yeah, Chris is he plays really hard. He's one of those guys that you don't want to say it, but you got to tone down sometimes. Sometimes he's kind of wild out there on the field in regards to blocking and searching for contact. But his practice sessions have been much I think the first game of the season, Chris was a little nervous. And then he came back. We played Murray State out there. He had a good week of practice. He made a mistake. He jumped off sides on the left side of the field. And then from then on, I think he really, started to understand what's going on and know how to get lined up, watch the signals, and you could just see him playing better and better. So I think the sky's the limit for Chris. He's a freshman. He's a redshirt freshman. He's big. He's strong. He can catch. He's competitive. I love that guy. That guy's going to be a star around here. His confidence is up, and he's the type of kid that needs his confidence to be up. If you really get to know him, he could get down on himself fast. And once you get to know him and know how to deal with him, there was maybe a game. Oh, he dropped a slant out here on one of our home games on our sideline, and it's the moment where do you get on him about it or do you lift him up and move him forward? Well, we were in the middle of the game, so let's just keep him moving forward. So it's just probably that I've got to know him and what his temperament's like throughout the game so I can keep him motivated and wait till Sunday to get on him real good.
Having been with Coach Braun for a couple seasons, what is it about his approach that's allowed him to have success in, quote-unquote bigger games, whether it's upsets or ranked opponents?
Well, we just believe that it's a one-game season. I know that sounds like a cliche around here, but, hey, man, just win the game we're playing this week. That's it. Don't focus on anything else. Just let's go undefeated this week. Now, there's a process to winning each game. And we have a schedule that, we believe in, that this is what we do on Tuesdays, this is what we do on Wednesdays, Thursdays. We try to freshen our guys up. Friday we have our walkthroughs. And then we turn them loose on Saturday. But we believe in you just play this one game. You don't focus on anything except winning the game we're playing. And I think our kids are starting to buy into it.
Yeah. To help me understand the rules, you mentioned the 3 turnovers in the red zone. Probably the critical one was the 86-yard interception for the touchdown. It appeared on that play when Jamari was running his, route that he got knocked off of his route. Is that a legal defensive play, or is that something that shouldn't be allowed to happen?
Well, I'm gonna let you ask the referees that question. I don't know. That it's over now. That's something you have to ask the referees. It's an unfortunate thing that happened because I don't know that he could have avoided. It's a football play that happened. We just ended up on the bad end of that thing. Yeah, I think so. And it's a split-second play, so it's hard for a referee to see it and say, all right, what really happened? You know what I mean? Because it happens that fast. But I don't know. You're not going to trick me into getting in trouble for asking that question. I don't know. Got to be stronger. Run through it. Be stronger and run through it.
Yeah, kind of bouncing off that in the red zone defense, Duke has been, I mean, their defense already is very, very solid this year, but especially in the red zone. How much are you honing in on your guys finishing plays and finishing in the red zone against a team like that?
Well, red zone offense and defense is probably the most important thing in football. If you can get on defense, if you can get a third down stop and force a field goal, that's a 4-point play. Whereas on offense, if you can convert the third down and get a score instead of the field goal, that's a 4-point play. So red zone offense and defense is something that coach, he's all over. It's how you win or lose games. You can't get down there and continue to get. If you get 2 field goals and then they go score a touchdown, you're behind. And when you're in position to score, you definitely can't turn it over because now you're taking the points off the board. And we had the play you're talking about. We were down there in the scoring zone. We could have got a field goal, and then they end up scoring on a play. So that's almost a 10-point swing. So red zone offense and defense is critical to winning any kind of football game.